Basically, in a mental health perspective, the usual reaction is, shall we say, negative, and that includes emotions of fear or anger. Kasi encountering a disaster makes someone out from safety, out from comfort. So naturally, when you are out from comfort or safety, it triggers different emotional reactions. These reactions are normal. But if maraming indicators for us to say that the reaction is beyond normal. And one thing that we have to look into is the duration, the severity of the reactions. And the duration and severity of the reaction may be reflected on the level of productivity, motivation, and performance of the person right after the disaster. To feel fear, there must be a trigger. And in this way, in this context, it could be the disaster or any certain crisis. So meaning to say, there must be a situation that makes you fearful. However, talking about the duration in relation to experiencing disaster and the person becomes fearful, if the person is experiencing fear out of proportion, that even yung mga triggers, even yung mga reminders ng disaster makes the person fearful. Meaning to say, kahit wala na ang actual na source of disaster, pero may mga visual triggers or auditory or sensory triggers, this make the person react similar to the reaction to the actual source of fear. How do we efficiently cope up right after the disaster is we need to keep the balance. And keeping the balance means re-educating your brain or retracking your brain to where you are at present. So that is why the primary focus vis-a-vis mental health right after the disaster is not necessarily to solve the problem, but to keep the balance. So when we talk about mga coping strategies, kabilang dyan ang mga, for example, mindfulness techniques, because these are the techniques that remind yourself that you are at present. Yung ibang tao kasi, may mga tao na ang kanilang brain cannot retract directly or immediately to the present moment right after the disaster. Meaning to say, yung utak nila is still in a survival mode. If the brain is in a survival mode, it is not in the present. So parang divided ang energy or ang time ng utak. May nag-iisip sa future, may nag-iisip sa past. So that is one of the reasons why when a person is not in the present moment, cannot efficiently address the situation head-on. So one of the efficient or effective ways to cope up with the disaster vis-a-vis mental health is to retract your brain in the present moment, because this is a good way for you to keep the balance for the meantime that the routines have not been established back to its right or usual track.
If you liked or learned from this video, please click subscribe.